10 reasons to move to Boston. Is moving to Boston a good idea? Well, if you find a vibrant coastal city with lots of diversity, world-class education, and plenty of job opportunities appealing, then you can bet it is. Let's find out the top 10 reasons why you should move to Boston. Amazing education. The first reason why you'll want to call Boston home is a great education. You'll find about 125 schools to be a part of Boston's public school system. With so many choices, you're bound to find a school that's suitable for your child. When it comes to university settings, Boston is one of the best choices you can make when looking for a new home in the US. The city is an important academic hub, so you'll see that world-class institutions are near your home as well, including Cambridge, Harvard, MIT, and Boston University. Job market. The second reason why you should move to Boston is that it offers plenty of job opportunities. Many people move here for a job, finding their luck in a variety of industries, including finance, technology, science, but also working on their startups or entrepreneurial visions. You won't have trouble finding a big-name employer in Boston since there are plenty of companies that have offices here, including Microsoft, Amazon, Pfizer, Wayfair, FedEx, Dell, American Airlines, etc. Food. For foodies, Boston can be a true paradise. Once you move here, you'll have access to some of the finest food in the country, but also to a great deal of diversity when it comes to ethnic cuisine. Thanks to so many different opportunities for education and employment, professionals and students from all around the world flock to Boston. And this mix of nationalities results in having all the unique flavors of the world available, probably only a block away from your home. Locals will tell you not to miss the Italian neighborhood and grab a bite, as well as Chinatown for some delicious Asian cuisine. One thing is for sure, Boston will have a perfect bite even for the pickiest foodie, with more than 3,000 restaurants. So rest assured you won't stay hungry nor bored of eating the same food. Walkability. Let's move on to the next reason why you should buy a one-way ticket to the hub. Although the city may seem huge once you first arrive, you'll discover soon enough that it has so much of that highly appreciated small-town charm. Boston is very walkable, so you will definitely want to pack a pair of comfy shoes and explore all the beautiful corners of your new home on foot. But on days when you don't feel like walking, you'll find another reason why you should move to Boston, and that's public transportation. Transportation. Now, this is something that's often found on the list of cons when looking into big cities, however, not in Boston. When it comes to getting anywhere in the city, you'll see that your subway, bus, and rail systems work just fine. In fact, getting around is pretty much a breeze, although you may need a bit of time to figure out which line takes you where, but that's not something to worry about. You'll figure it out pretty fast. It's a good idea to invest in a quality GPS system for your phone, at least until you know the city better, so you would avoid getting annoyed by the layout. The fact that about half of all the residents don't travel by car explains just how well the public transportation functions in Boston. Location. Another reason why you should choose to live in Boston is that you'll have access to nearby metropolises like New York City and Philadelphia, but you'll also be able to quickly get to one of the vacation destinations in New England. Or you may be in the mood to take advantage of easy access to several beaches whenever you feel like it. The bottom line is that Boston gives you a great starting point for traveling, and its location is perfect for exploring the northeastern part of the States. Culture. One thing you certainly won't lack in Boston is culture. Whether you enjoy art, music, or history, you'll find the city to be as exciting as ever, with dozens of museums and galleries, and all sorts of events going on any time of the year. Like any other city with plenty of students, Boston also has a vibrant atmosphere, and this vibe is nothing but contagious. Besides that, history and culture are a part of everyday life in Boston, with breathtaking architecture documenting the history of one of the first big cities in America. And while the coronavirus pandemic has taken a considerable toll on the social scene, things will hopefully go back to normal sooner than later, and you'll get to enjoy all the amazing cultural opportunities this city has to offer. Low crime rates. Now, let's move on to the topic of safety, as crime rates are almost at the top of the priority list when you're looking for a new place to call home. Well, the great news is, coming from Boston, the city is pretty much one of the safest places of its size in America. Its crime rates are lower than the national average, and this makes a great reason to move here, especially if you're moving with your family. Neighborhoods. Another pro about moving to Boston is that there are plenty of diverse neighborhoods, so you can choose the one that suits your budget and lifestyle. Of course, different districts offer different lifestyles, and it's up to you to choose whether you prefer to live somewhere laid back and artsy, somewhere intense and fast-paced, or choose a historically ethnic neighborhood. From Beacon Hill with cobblestone streets and gorgeous historic homes to affluent Back Bay and increasingly popular South Boston, you'll find so many different neighborhoods that you may have trouble choosing the most beautiful one. But the important thing to note regarding neighborhoods is that you can actually choose one of the Boston suburbs and save money on rent while still working in the city. All of the neighborhoods and suburbs have their own price point, so if you're looking to find a more affordable place, you may want to check out one of the viable options outside city limits, such as Quincy, Chelsea, Somerville, to only name a few. Weather. The last reason why you should move to the Cradle of Liberty, which is one of Boston's nicknames, is that weather is nice. Let's start with a small disclaimer. Winters can be harsh and you'll see some snow and cold wind that comes off in the ocean. But other than those few chilly months, you'll find that weather is fantastic. Summers are mild and pleasant, nothing like hot and humid cities in the south. So, regarding the weather, you should be in for lots of enjoyable time outdoors and comfortable summer months without the extreme heat. If these 10 reasons were enough to make up your mind, then the only thing left is to find out how much it would cost you to move to Boston. At Dumbo Moving, we'll create a personalized moving plan and we'll be happy to provide an estimate. Just check the description box and you'll find our contact details so you can request your free moving quote. Thank you so much for watching and hope to see you in our next video.